Do you think, I mean, when we talk about in Demi's case, and again, we can't speculate what was going on, but, you know, I imagine there's a degree of like having to, she's working so hard, she's on tour, it's that pace, it's that lifestyle, but then also a degree of loneliness. And I think in the documentary, she talks a lot about like how she doesn't feel like she's, you know, she feels lonely, even though she is connecting to all her fans and the people love her, they adore her. But yet there's a certain hole that she's trying to fill, Jolie.
I write in my book a chapter called "The Apple Doesn't Fall Apart Very Far from the Tree."
Book called Growing Up Fisher, by the way. We'll plug it.
100% feel that it's genetic. My father, Eddie Fisher, had to go on as a young man singing, and Dr. Max Jacobs, Dr. Needles, who serviced many, many people in his day, came in and gave him a shot of you know, a cocktail of, it was basically a speedball, and my father sang like an angel that night, and then became dependent on it. I also think if you stop doing something for a long time and you're used to a certain amount of drugs, that's the one that's going to kill you or take you into the hospital, or hopefully. So I think that it is, you know, old habits die hard, and it is a lifelong battle, and it is passed down for sure through generations.
You just actually made me think, wasn't Narcan the drug that they gave Prince on the plane? Wasn't that a type of drug that they gave him?
It's the common drug.
It's an opiate sort of antidote for opiates.
And so
kickstarts that central nervous system.
You think about how he received that treatment, and then not too long after that, we lost him. You know what I mean? And when we got the news yesterday that Demi Lovato had apparently had an overdose and was headed to the hospital, our first thought was, what's the end of this sentence? Is that where the period is? Is she okay?
Thank goodness.
You know what I mean?
Right.
The word stable gets thrown out, and you're like, I've heard that word before.
Right. You certainly heard that word before, especially with most recently with Carrie. Going back to, though, I mean, your experience in seeing, you know, that photo of your dad there. I mean, you saw him injecting himself at a young age, right?
I did. You know,
and did you then follow the path as well?
I've never put a needle in my arm, but I have. I've had a long-running bout with substance abuse, and my sister called me a periodic, which is a super sexy term for someone who can go for long periods of time without. But if I were to pick it up right now, I would have a problem, just like you know, just like her.